I stood up, even though my leg was broken and the bone was sticking out. My father said,
Yes.
quit acting like such a pussy.
I think we've made a major breakthrough here tonight. What do you think, Dirk? Would anyone like to say something to Dirk about what just happened here?
When I was 7 years old, I had this goldfish. His name was Seabiscuit. And he was so cute. He used to swim around and around in his bowl, but then one day, he was just floating there, so we had to flush him down the toilet. And I was so sad for Seabiscuit. It was years before I could get another fish.
That's a lovely memory, Meredith. Is there anything you'd like to say to Dirk about what just happened here?
I don't understand. I thought I just did.
No, you just changed the subject.
Yeah, you started talking about yourself.
No, I didn't. And furthermore, I am a decent person.
No one's saying you aren't.
Yes, you are. You always turn against me. I try to be a better person every day. It's all I ever think about.
We know.
Take a deep breath. Breathe, Meredith.
I'm all right.
Everyone, Meredith has a point. She is trying to do better. Now, Meredith, I'd like to give you an affirmation to try to help you along. I release desperation and allow love to find me.
I don't understand. I'm not desperate.
Yes, you are.
The purpose of this affirmation is to stop trying so hard for other people's attention. Instead, put all your energy into opening yourself up to what other people have to offer.
I listen to other people all the time.
No, you don't.
Now, moving on.
So, Meredith, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'd be happy to.
I release desperation and allow love to find me.
But first, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'd hate to bore you, darling. Just talk about yourself a little bit.
No. I'd much rather hear all about you.
You don't have to be shy, honey. Anything at all. What you had for breakfast. Anything.
Why don't you tell me what you had for breakfast?
Okay. You know, I think I've seen enough. Thank you, Meredith.
When I was 10, I heard there was going to be an Annie lookalike contest, like Little Orphan Annie from the musical Annie, which I had seen on Broadway, not the touring production, although I did see that one too, but it really wasn't as good. So the contest was going to be down at the mall.
Thank you, Meredith.
And I had the red dress and everything, and I even had the curly red wig. And I asked my mom if we could get a dog and make it Sandy, and she said no. Don't you remember what happened to Seabiscuit? And then I didn't speak for a long time. When we got to the mall, there were dozens of girls there. I mean, more like hundreds. And they all had the same dress and curly red wig on. And I thought, oh no,
Piss off.
what am I gonna do? How am I gonna help myself stand out? Well, luckily, I had been working with a vocal coach. So I sent my mother home, oh, thank you, to get my sheet music just in case they hadn't accompany us. I was warming up in the hallway. Of course I had warmed up earlier. I was only doing it to intimidate the other girls. You should have seen them. I mean, they were shaking in their boots, those little sluts. Not a mezzo among them. They would have had to bribe the judges or give them head, which is exactly what one of them did.
I release desperation and allow love to find me.
So let's talk about you. Where are you from?
Illinois.
Oh, where in Illinois?
Evanston.
Oh, I know where that is. Are your parents still there?
Yes.
Are they still together?
Yes.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Well.
Are they still in your childhood home? Did they leave your room just the same? Do you call them often?
No.
Well, do you go see them often? I mean, how often do they hear from you? They're your parents. What kind of a son are you?
They died in a fire when I was 14.
Huh. I talk to my mother 3, 4, 5 times a week. I mean, she kept my room just the same with all of my Barbie dolls and my show posters and my stuffed animals and...
I release desperation and allow love to find me.
How deeply we grieve for someone is just a measure of how much we love them.
That's really beautiful. Thank you.
Now, why don't you tell me what you had for breakfast?